And you see, I just walked 2 miles up a road with basically no traffic, but passing two blokes coming in the opposite direction, one at a time. Now around here, almost all of the blokes, I'm talking 50s, 60s, they're dressed in a kind of, I don't even know what they're called, this kind of slightly puffy, now to me everything's just a mac, but coaty things that go down kind of below their knees, kind of, I don't know what they are, they're kind of been around 10 or 15 years. Nobody in the real countryside wears them. Or they've got something like partially, I don't know, kind of adventurous, I don't know, sort of Glastonbury, but not really, much more kind of fairly hip, some old fart wearing something that a teenager might look better in. Happening. Anyway, now, this is country attire. £8, new from a charity shop. And I have a much older one which I use for doing jobs outside. But here's the point. Now I know that all of them, absolutely all of them, have been on the Buddhist or Diamond Life or Get in Touch with Your Inner Soul courses, all of this kind of stuff. I mean, you can I can see it in their faces. And I knew, because I've been to 2 poetry evenings in 2 years. Or was it 3? Yeah, 3. Well, the third didn't count really. But, yeah, and these guys are there. And they've all got kind of special, colourful bobble hats or something like that. And, I mean, they're all straight out of bloody... well, they're probably straight out of Maidenhead, but if you engage them in conversation, they'd say they're from Camden. Anyway, here's the point. All of this work, all of this endless family constellation, all of these things, the purpose surely is to teach you not to stare at somebody who's coming up onto you face to face, who doesn't quite fit into your fucking little version of the Uberman, the metrosexual, what, I don't even know what they are anymore, they're just so dull, but they're the ones who started up computer software companies or wrote shit music on xylophones, or what do they call those now? Electronic crappy nonsense. Ooh, there's apparently somebody up here that's made a fortune from all of that. Yes, so they got their fortune, and it's like compulsory, so they can go to these local awful pubs to sit there and talk about the work that they've done. But as I say, surely the purpose of the work is so that you actually behave with centeredness and dignity when you encounter somebody who just doesn't quite fit in your... I mean, I don't know what catalogues nowadays they buy their clothing from. And that really is what it's about. I mean, it sounds so ridiculous. It sounds like I need to do the work. I mean, it sounds prejudiced. And so, but when you walk, and you can tell that they're kind of familiar with the area, so they must have walked a fair amount. When you walk, there's an exact way of behaving. Now, I'm a complete anarchist in many ways, but you have a respectful kind of, you just gently acknowledge with a glance, especially when there's a man coming in the opposite direction. You don't, but I mean, I'm serious. It's like, I don't know. Because, what? I have 2 winter, I try not to wear my fancy leather jacket because it's makes me look almost like one of them, and I only wear that for warmth. It is so warm. But now winter's over, so back to this layers. And the convenient thing about this is I can keep my bits and bobs, my chronicling device if I need to, pen, all of that. And when I get in the jalopy, I can take this off. I've still got my stuff convenient. So I actually prefer. Anyway, yeah, it is just simply though. It is purely this like. It's like if I walked to. I've never been. I never would go, but if I walked around the Llama Tree Festival, or oh yes, Hillary's How the Light Gets In. Oh God. Or yeah, they all started to invade. They're all kind of. It's like they don't really want to look like Glastonbury grungies, but I've never been to Glastonbury. I can imagine that it's actually exactly the same people actually. But yeah, it's like Latitude. Yes, these none of it which I would ever go to. But oh, how dare you criticise something you've never been to? No, I would see exactly the same kind of really awful books by Alain de Botton and all these kind of complete neurotics. Like he's like, oh, I'm your best friend and I'm standing up here telling you something that's going to completely change the course of your life, but in a special elite little way if you just follow my guidance. And it all failed. I know it did. It was all totally metropolitan, and it's got nothing to do with the countryside. But it's like if I were at the Latitude Festival or the How the Light Gets In Festival, I wouldn't stare at somebody coming in the opposite direction. But no, their work, this whole kind of. I mean, it would be better if we brought back the even worse religion of religion. But they're all just. These are all religions. They're all. Anyway, forget it. Haven't been up here for 10 days, so just enjoy it. And it'll be too muddy for any of them to come along here, so I'm safe.